Previously on TheSalawag, why it's great, gut reaction.
If you understand the principles of filmmaking, you can shoot with a cell phone and capture people's hearts and minds. It does not matter what you use. And proof of that is 28 days later. They shot that digitally before the conversation was even needed to be had that film should never be replaced with digital. 28 days later, right? Rocked people's hearts and minds. It's because Danny Boyle knows where to put the camera to make you feel something. He doesn't waste your time. It's how they're blocked. It's how they're framed. Again, filmmakers, this is really for you. I know I've spent a lot of time in my first 100 episodes trying to make this podcast seem like it's for anybody. And that's just because I just didn't know what I was doing. You know, I was learning how to do this podcasting thing. I wanted to appeal to everybody, but I realize now, hey, first of all, I as a person do not appeal to everybody. It's just the truth. You know, if I find 20 people in a room that I like, that's like winning the lottery. I'm lucky to find one person in a room I can talk to in a room of strangers, because I'm so awkward, I'm shy. I ramble and rant a lot. But I realized, like, this show was always why it's great. The original iteration of this show, its goal was to explore what the filmmaker was doing that actually affects you as a viewer. But it's that we're looking at it through the lens of a filmmaker. How should a filmmaker be seeing these things? And I do this because I went to film school. I had a big opportunity. I have to admit, I fumbled that ball. But nonetheless, I got that opportunity, and I know it's because I always did my homework. I always did my homework. When I was an editor in college, I edited 3 shorts for other people. All of them went on to get awards. And I directed a film over 8 years ago, 007 I Only Need One. That went on to get awards. So even though not everything that get awards is necessarily great art, I've been recognized. I've made stuff that's been recognized, and my teachers have always recognized my skill and talent. And I personally feel that not so much that I'm this special little snowflake, but I feel that it's always because I'm always a student. It's always because I'm always learning. If I did anything well when I was editing for someone else's short film, or directing and editing for my own, it's because I watch movies and I'm not satisfied with just going, I like it. It's a good movie. It's so yummy, delicious, something. It's a pretty good. That's not enough for me. You know what I mean? It's not enough for me that you put Jurassic in front of World and I'm supposed to just eat it up. That's not enough for me. I need to really look at that movie. Where was the camera placed? Why was the camera placed there? What's going on with the colors? What's going on with the costumes? What's going on with the directing? What's going on with the storytelling of this movie that made me get there? That's what matters to me. And that's the lens through which I look at these movies. So when I'm talking about Wolf, that's where I'm trying to get to. And I'm trying to appeal to fellow filmmakers, and especially young filmmakers who are just kind of don't know what to look for. I implore you, do not be satisfied with a movie review as the replacement for film analysis. A movie review can only do so much. The best place to learn is to actually hear it from the filmmakers themselves. It doesn't matter if your favorite podcaster who's lived in his parents' house his whole life or writes books. If they've never made a movie, you cannot trust their opinion. It's just the truth. You cannot trust the opinion of anyone who's trying to push negative rhetoric, push societal paradigms. None of that bullshit that you hear out there has anything to do with making a movie, especially because these people do not make movies. So I've made this podcast, even though there are plenty of episodes where I am just reacting, the actress is pretty. I do make plenty of those episodes. That's why it's gut reaction. But my goal, what I'm here for, is I want you to pay attention to the movie. I want you to think about what's the filmmaker thinking. Be smarter than yourself. because you have limitations. I have limitations. But if you can get what the filmmaker's thinking, you can truly be better than yourself for at least 5 seconds. I can't tell you how many times what I've learned from filmmaking has 100% applied to something I worked on. So if you're a young filmmaker and you're checking out this review, I'm here for you. I want you to be more critical about what you watch. And Wolf is such a perfect example of a film that can teach you about how filmmaking should be done, which is why I'm talking about it. So let me keep getting nerdy because that's what I'm here to do.